Good afternoon. How are you guys doing? Glad to be back in town. Just got back from Korea. For those of you guys that have been out there, you understand how amazing it is. What an incredible country. What an incredible experience. But glad to be home. All right, so we are going to be doing some sculptured nails, and I'm going to be working on Tracey's hand. So I've already done the prep. I've removed the shine from the surface of the nail. I've applied 2 coats of protein bond. We're going to go through the process of actually building out the nail so you guys can actually see how to do this on someone's hand. So what we're going to do first is we're going to apply forms to her nail. And in order to do that, we have to be able to apply the tab underneath. This is going to give you the ability to create basically a nice, firm, and then again, you can see convex surface to be able to sculpt on. For those of you guys that just joined, remember to smash the like button. The more likes we get, it's going to be able to get this information out to more people so they can learn how to do acrylic nails well. All right, so what we want to be able to do is open this up, and you can see this kind of creates a handle, right, in a nice convex area. There's 2 ways of applying it. We can use the handle and come right underneath her free edge, right? So once we're done doing that, you're going to notice that we're going to get this flush underneath her natural nail. It's not necessary for me to get the form all the way to the back corner. What I'm trying to do is get it tight underneath the free edge. This way I'm going to be able to build something, again, that is going to be flush to the natural nail. What we're trying to do is match, these are Tracey's other nails right here. So what I'm trying to do is match the length of her natural nail. And then that way I could do designs or do gel polish and everything over the top, right? So this hand we've been doing a lot of different things on because we're constantly using our hands for demonstrations. This way I can show you guys how you're going to be able to match basically using an enhancement and get it absolutely perfect. Now, what we have to do is I'm going to be using Speed Bubblegum from Young Nails, and I need to get a bead that is going to be really easy to handle. So what I want to be able to do, again, is submerge my brush. I'm going to tap it. You're going to notice that if I bounce inside the powder, I'm going to get a fluffy bead on one side of my brush. This is going to give me, you notice that I'm going to be able to remove the excess, right, from the back end. That way, when I set it to whatever surface I'm working on, I'm going to have a clay-like consistency. For those of you guys that just joined us, make sure to smash that like button. It's going to get this information out to a lot of people out there that are interested in learning how to do acrylic nails. Okay, so what we want to be able to do is submerge our brush. We want to tap it. I want to be able to pull down at a 45-degree angle. I want to be able to bounce inside the powder. I'm going to remove the excess. You're going to notice that when I set this to the front of the form, it's not going to move. From the top of the bead, I want to walk it, right? Notice, I'm going to walk it to the corner. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposing side, right? To walk it from the top, and then tuck it to the corner. Once I have this even, then what we're going to be able to do is use the side of the brush and then try to match not only the length, but the shape that I'm trying to create, right? So I want to be able to build something, as you can see, that is similar in length to this nail right here, right? So once we've got this down to this point, I'm just going to kind of work it back. All I'm trying to do is match up the nail on the opposite side, right? So I'm really trying to build this as flush to the surface as we can, trying to match everything up. And then once we actually have this shaped up, we're going to be focusing on the bead necessary, right, to add strength as well as create a natural upper arch. All right, so remember, right, for those of you guys that just joined, remember to smash that like button. What we want to be able to do, submerge our brush. I need to be able to pull down at a 45-degree angle. Bounce, bounce, bounce. This is going to give me the ability to pick up a bead that's going to self-level. Now, when you pick up that bead, I don't want you to just rush onto the nail. I want you to count, right? So, submerge your brush, lightly tap. What we want to be able to do is pull down, bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm going to count 1, 2, and then around 3, I'm going to set this down and immediately use the tip of the brush to walk around the perimeter of the nail. As it starts moving down towards the front from the corners, I'm going to pull, and then you're going to notice that if anything runs past the sides, all I'm going to do is kind of hold it up into place, and you're going to notice that I'm going to get a beautiful self-leveling consistency that I'm going to be able to feather down towards the front of the nail. If I'm looking at the side profile, I will be able to kind of juggle some of that thickness back towards the stress area, but you're going to notice that with that beautiful self-leveling consistency, I'll be able to move enough product down towards the tip and create a very natural shape, right? Like you'll notice that the cuticle area has no ledges. What we're trying to basically create is the most natural shape and the least amount of effort, right? I need to match up something relatively similar to that. Now, this is a little bit longer, but that's okay because I'm going to end up filing it back into shape. Remember, for those of you guys that just joined us, make sure to smash that like button, okay? While this is drying, right, I want to be able to show you if there's a little bit of product that you have to add to the front. Do not forget that when you go into the powder, I don't need a massive amount of product, right? If I drag out the excess liquid by tapping it on the towel, I'll be able to set it down into place. And you're going to notice that if I brush it forward, it leaves just enough product on the front end where I'm going to be able to walk it from side to side and fill in all that negative space without me having to physically brush it off of the nail.
Someone's asking how you would handle bitten nails with the form.
So someone's asking how I would handle bitten nails with the form. Okay, so let's assume that Tracey's free edge is way back here. What we want to be able to do, I want to be able to show you guys. So for those of you guys that want to know how to apply a form on a bitten nail, what you want to be able to do, again, is take this part of the form. And what we're going to do is we're going to clip this off. And then you're going to notice that flat end, right? So we want to be able to place that right underneath. For those of you guys that just joined, make sure to smash that like button. All right, so when you have a platform just like this, assuming that there is no free edge here, what we want to be able to do is apply that. Like if there was no skin, you're going to apply this right underneath, right? And what that's going to do is cover the exposed skin. You're going to be able to apply that flush to the natural nail, and this is going to give you the ability to apply a form onto a bitten nail, so you're going to be able to build something absolutely normal.
What color are you using?
I'm using Speed Bubblegum.
And does it matter what monomer do you use?
Yes, it does. You have to be able to use Young Nails monomer with Young Nails powder. You cannot mix powders. It does make a huge difference so that you don't have any problems at all. Is there any way to mask? I saw someone, is there any way to mask the acrylic smell? At the moment, no. But you never know what's coming.
I've been wanting to play with the nail forms. Is it hard to do on yourself?
No, it's not. So the easiest way to be able to do that, right, for those of you guys that are wondering if you want to be able to apply forms on yourself, is you want to be able to create a handle, right? So if I create this handle and I'm applying a form onto myself, open up the back end, and then you're going to notice that if you open this up and I need to apply this to my free edge, like if I pinch this open just like this and I have this handle, what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to apply this, again, flush to my natural nail, holding onto the handle, you can see, and then I'll secure the side, and that's going to be a perfect way for you to apply a form onto the natural nail, again, without, you're going to be able to notice I can control basically how tight it is to my nail by holding the handle and adjusting it from side to side.
They're wanting to know if you could show how to do it on your thumb, because your thumb is very short.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I'm applying it to my thumb, I'll show you guys a really cool trick. because my thumbs are wide. What we want to be able to do, again, is we have to customize a form. Now, again, I want to be able to show you that if I was working on my thumb, we have larger forms as well. But for those of you guys that have the standard forms, there is a trick. Check this out. So because the forms are one size, we have to customize the form. So if I clip off this side of the form here, and then I clip off this side of the form here, and then I took the form and I actually mended it together just like this, right? And then I use my scissors to kind of clip off, right, that excess on the very, very front. You're going to notice that I'm going to create a form that's extra wide. So what I would do is I'd do the same exact thing. I'd actually kind of pinch this to kind of create a handle, right, just like this. And then you're going to notice that if I'm applying this to my own hand, voila, I'm actually able to create a form to fit that extended length. Boom, that's what you're going to be able to do. Now, for somebody who has these forms, the best part about this is I would just go ahead and just clip off that front end, right? That's just going to create a natural size. And then what we can do with the extended length forms, I'll place this on the bottom. From this point, what we can do is just come underneath and I could just literally just cut this off, right, all the way to the edge, right, boom. And then you're going to notice that I have the same exact thing. I'm going to be able to create a form, a much wider form that's going to be able to fit. It's always easy if you just open up this back end, create the space that you need, and then I'm going to be able to apply the form. And again, I need to get this just tight to my sides, and then what I can do is I could secure all the way underneath, and then as long as I have it flush to the front end of my nail right here, I'll be able to build the extension I need onto my form. Boom.
I said that was really helpful.
Yeah, so this is going to help as well. All right, so I wanted to be able, again, to just go over some of the basics when it came to sculpting. I find it really important that you guys know how to do it on a real person's finger. We're going to continue doing this more and more. Tracey's actually going to be not with us for the next week, but again, I will be here. If you guys need more information, contact 1-800-777-9170. Again, 1-800-777-9170, or just go www.youngnails.com. Continue to smash that like button for us. We appreciate love, support, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate you guys. Love you much. Peace.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now. Subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel